Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about identifying supplementary, complementary, and vertical angles. So let's talk about the different types of angles. First we have complementary angles. Those are any angles that add up to equal 90 degrees together. We also have supplementary angles. Those add up to 180 degrees. And then we have vertical angles, which are opposites, and their angle measures will be congruent, which means that they are equal. Now, a trick that you can use to remember these is complementary starts with a C, and you can actually turn that C into a 9 for 90. And supplementary starts with an S, and you can actually turn that S into an 8 to remember that it's 180 degrees. That's just a little trick that you can use. Okay, so let's take a look at some examples of complementary angles. As you can see on the left-hand diagram, angle A plus angle B together will equal 90 degrees. We can actually draw that little square in to show that it is a 90-degree angle. Now, taking a look at the example to the right, notice that one angle is 75 degrees and the other is just labeled as X. Well, we know that they add up to equal 90, so if we wanted to set this up as an equation, 75 plus x equals 90 degrees, and then to find x, we just have to subtract 75 on both sides, and that will give me x equals a 15-degree angle. Let's take a look at supplementary angles. In the diagram on the left, you have the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B equals 180 degrees. And now with the example on the right, again, we have X plus 130 is going to equal 180 degrees. And to get X by itself, we just need to subtract 130 on both sides, and that's going to leave us with X equals 50 degrees. Your vertical angles are two angles that are not adjacent. Adjacent means that they are next to each other, and their sides are formed by two intersecting lines. So here in this diagram, you can see I have two intersecting lines. So angles 1 and 3, they're directly across from each other, and they would be congruent or equal to each other. They would be a pair of vertical angles. And then angles 2 and 4 are directly across from each other and would also be congruent or equal to each other. Those would be another pair of vertical angles. Taking a look at an example, here you can see with the degree measurements, we've got a 46-degree angle and another 46-degree angle directly across from each other, so those two would be considered vertical angles. And then we have 134 and 134 directly opposite each other as well in blue. Those would be also vertical angles. Now, ironically enough, if I add up all four of these angle measures, I'm going to end up with 360 degrees, which makes sense. If I draw all my angle lines in, you can see it forms a perfect circle, and we all know that circles measure 360 degrees. Okay, what is the relationship between angle DPB? So we've got DPB, so we've got this angle right here. Let's do it in red. And angle APC. So A to P to C, that's going to be this one right here. So as you can see, they're directly across from each other. They are not adjacent. They're not next to each other. So that makes these vertical angles. Another way I try to explain it is it kind of looks like a crooked hourglass once you put your angle lines in. So if it kind of looks like that crooked hourglass, that's when you know that you have vertical angles. What is the relationship between angle ADE? So angle ADE is this one right here. And angle CDE, that's this one right here. Let's do that one in blue. Well, they don't form a right angle together. They're not on a straight line together. And they're not directly opposite. I don't see that crooked hourglass. So that would make these adjacent angles. They're just two angles that are next to each other. There's no other angle pair relationship there. So this would be D, none of the above. What is the relationship between angle DPB? So DPB, that's in blue, do that one. And angle APC. So starting at A, P is the vertex to C. That's going to be this one in red. There's that crooked hourglass I'm looking for. They're two angles directly opposite each other. So that makes these vertical angles. What is the relationship between angle A and angle B? Now notice angle A is two angles together. And then we've got angle B in green. If you take a look, these three angles lie on a straight line together, which makes them supplementary angles. A straight line is 180 degrees, so that makes those two angles together supplementary angles. Okay, so that does it for identifying supplementary, complementary, and vertical angles. The correlating note-taking packet pages are pages 21 through 23, just to the top of the page. And again, you can always watch the videos in Khan Academy if you would like to see additional examples. Have a great day, everyone.